Hello everyone, welcome back to English Classes Online. I am Benjamin, and in today's video we shall be looking at informal letter writing in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Our focus will be on 2021 Wassce preparation. We are using a sample letter to show you how to simplify the letter writing process. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel by clicking on the bell icon below. You will find a red button tagged subscribe. Simply click on that button and that is all that is required. If you click on the bell icon as well, you will receive constant notifications in respect of new videos uploaded on the channel. Let's dive into the lesson right away. What is an informal letter? An informal letter is a letter you write to someone with whom you share a personal relationship. That is why it is called a personal letter, because you share a personal relationship with the person you are writing to. It is also called a private letter or a friendly letter because it doesn't have anything official in it. Now, we shall be looking at a past question taken from the Wassce of June 2002, and the question is as follows. Your sister wants to marry a man from another ethnic group against your mother's wishes. Write a letter to your mother giving at least 3 reasons why she should accept your sister's decision. We shall be demonstrating or illustrating the process of letter writing with this past exam question. But first, let's look at the features of an informal letter. An informal letter begins with the writer's address and date. You write your address and then you write the date. This is followed by the salutation. For example, dear father, dear mother, dear John, dear sister, etc. The third feature is the content of the letter, which is made up of 3 parts. The first is the introductory paragraph. That's the introduction. Is always in the first paragraph. Then 2, you have the body, and the C, you have the conclusion. So we have ABC as parts of the content of the letter. Then number 4 is subscription, which is yours sincerely. Of course, there are other possibilities like yours ever, yours sincerely, and so on and so forth. Number 5 is the writer's first name only, followed by a full stop. So that is these are the features of an informal letter, and that is the way you write an informal letter. Now let's look at the pre-writing activities, brainstorming and outlining. Now, what do we mean by pre-writing? The planning aspect of your writing. It is often said that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Every good thing needs planning. If you want to build a house, you first come up with a building plan so that you will build a good house. If you want to write a good letter, then you will come out with a writing plan, and then you will write a good letter. Now, before you start writing, you should identify what exactly you are required to write, and that is the content. Number 1, according to the question we have already seen, which we are going to address, to write a letter to my mother, you need to identify that this is what the examiner asks you to do. Number 2, to give at least 3 reasons why my mother should accept my sister's decision to marry a man from another ethnic group. You have to make sure that you understand the content of the letter you want to write. Because when you do not have a clear understanding of what you are going to write, then this is where you begin to fail. Then the next thing is to plan your work by jotting down your ideas or points on a rough piece of paper and organizing them into an outline. If you are in the exam hall, you won't be allowed to come with an extra rough piece of paper. So you have to turn one of the pages of your answer script into a rough sheet of paper, preferably the last page. You use it to jot down the points you want to use for your writing, after which you cancel it out neatly. All right, then your outline will be the points you jotted down, and this can be a possible outline based on the letter we have been asked to write. Now, the introduction. Your introduction should contain the subject matter, which is mother's objection to Sister Ujunwa's choice of marriage partner from another ethnic group. We have invented a name that we assume is a sister who wants to get married. Then the 3 reasons why mother should accept Sister Ujunwa's decision. All right. Now we have to understand that this is the subject matter, because this is what we have been asked to really write. Then number 2, we now look at the points, the 3 reasons that we want to write in our letter. The first one will be marriage is built on love, and love is a personal choice. We are telling our mother that, she should allow the girl to marry a man of her choice, because it's a personal thing. Then the second point will be, we can argue that we live in a modern society where ethnic differences are no longer barriers to marriage. That we are living in a modern society, so mother should not come up with such archaic practices that belong to the ancient or olden days. Now, the next one is, she is the one who will live with her man, and marriage is for better or for worse. Of course, you are not going to live with her. She is the one who is going to live with the man. So why are you making the choice for her when you are not going to live with the man in the first place? So now we have come up with the 3 points we want to discuss in the letter, and the next thing will be conclusion. Here we may decide to ask about mother's well-being and that of other members of the family. All right, so once we have jotted down the points we want to use, then we can proceed. Now let's look at the actual letter. You can see the address here. We begin with the address, and we have the option of using a block style or an indented style. Here we have chosen to use the block style, but you should pay attention to punctuation. AB College, you can find a comma here, Alaba, comma, PO Box 200, comma, Festac, comma. Of course, this is not really important. So Lagos, full stop. We can simply put Lagos, or we can put Lagos State. All right, and then we add full stop. If it's a letter going outside Nigeria, assuming that we are told that mother is in another country, probably pursuing a course of study there, and we are writing to her, then we have to put the name of our country if the letter is going outside the country. If it's a letter that is going to any part of the country, then we can end the address with the state and we put full stop. Then the next is the date. 7th January, you can find a comma here and then full stop after 2021. So you need to observe all this, because if you get it wrong anywhere here, of course you will lose half a mark. So it's important you really take note that you have to punctuate your letter very well. You can look for a video on punctuation marks in English, which I uploaded recently. You will discover how to punctuate your writings correctly. Now, the next thing in our letter is the salutation, and you can see "Dear Mother," then followed by a comma as well. Now, note that some people will want to leave a space here and then begin here to write "Dear Mother." This is not correct. All right, don't do it like that. Always start at the margin, "Dear Mother," and then you leave a space to mark your first paragraph. Is ideal. Of course, this has to do with the computer arrangement here. But if you are writing by hand, you can place the first line of your paragraph between "dear" and "mother." So you can begin here if you are writing by hand. Well, the computer has set it the way it should be here. All right, so now let's look at how this sample letter has been written. I have learned that Sister Ujunwa's decision to marry Olu is totally against your wish, in view of the fact that the young man is from a different ethnic group. See, this is the direct method. You are going direct into the content instead of inquiring about your mother's well-being and all that. This is business-like, even though it's an informal letter, yet it's acceptable for the purpose of the exam for you to dive into the real points you have been asked to write, and you reserve the exchange of pleasantries or greetings for the last paragraph, perhaps. All right. I know that your motherly love and concern for Uju is the major reason for your stand. You are worried that she might not be able to enjoy a peaceful marriage with a man from a different ethnic group. However, it is undeniable that Uju and Olu truly love each other, which is why she has decided that it is him or no one else. I think it has become imperative to look at some compelling reasons why you should accept her decision. You see how this first paragraph has been crafted. You have addressed the purpose of the letter directly, and this is important to win maximum marks, because the examiner wants you to dive into the content and do exactly what he has asked you to do. If you begin to do something else or tell a cock and bull story which deviates from the examiner's demand, you begin to lose his favor, right? So it is important you address the content right away. Then let's look at the second paragraph. Firstly, you now begin the second paragraph with the first point in your outline. Your outline gave the first point as love as a reason why the person who is to get married should make the choice. All right? Now, let's read this second paragraph. Firstly, marriage is a relationship that can only stand on the foundation of love. If love is absent from a marriage, it is doomed from the start, even if the couple are from the same village. On the other hand, once the partners truly love each other, their marriage will stand on the solid rock of love, irrespective of their ethnic or cultural differences. Absolutely convincing argument. Alright? And once you have really driven the message home, the point, you have developed the point to its logical conclusion, then you go to the next one. You take the second point from your outline, and that's what we are doing here right away. Secondly, you will agree with me that the society we live in today is different from the society of the past, when people thought it was abominable to associate with people from other ethnic or cultural backgrounds. Inter-ethnic marriage has become a dominant feature of today's society, which is why we now have names like Fumi Ezenwa, Okechukwu Hassan, Bintu Okoro, Ekaite Okonkwo, Obiageli Okumagba, and so forth. Besides, Uju and Olu are university graduates whose knowledge has lifted them above ethnic or cultural differences. In other words, they don't belong to the dark age when ethnic or cultural differences were barriers to marriage. Well put. All right? That is the second reason you are giving as to why mommy should allow your sister to marry the man of her choice. All right? So let's look at the third reason. Finally, of course, remember this is a typo. We have to leave an indentation here. All right. Finally, it is Uju who will live with whosoever becomes her husband. This is to say that she is the one who must endure whatever comes out in her marriage, since marriage is for better or for worse, as it is often said. She is more likely to endure trials in a marriage with the man she loves than with a man she does not love. You will certainly agree with me that it is better to let her marry outside her tribe and have a happy and enduring marriage than to restrict her to her ethnic group and have her end up as a comfortless divorcee. It is also better to let her marry outside her ethnic group than to let her spend her entire life without a husband. I urge you to fully support her decision to marry the man she loves. You can see this is really the way to write a letter. You pick a point and you discuss it in a particular paragraph. Here, the examiner has asked us to write a letter to mommy, giving at least 3 reasons why she should allow our sister to marry a man of her choice. In this case, we have given just 3 reasons, but we have discussed each reason quite convincingly, and that is all that is required. Then, once this is done, then we have a very short conclusion. That will be our last paragraph. And here we are saying, Mommy, how is the state of your health? Again, how is Daddy? I hope you are all fine. Extend my greetings to Chima and Chinwe. We have invented these names. We have given a picture of a family. All right? And that is what you should do in an exam situation. You create a family and then you write a letter that will give a picture that you are really writing to your biological mother. And then the closing greeting or subscription can be yours affectionately, Nkiru, right? So you can see that this is exactly how to write an informal letter. We have illustrated with a sample, and we have actually shown how to prepare the letter from the pre-writing stage, which consists of brainstorming and outlining, and once we have done that, we go to our writing, and once we have written, then we proofread what we have written, and if we are sure that everything is all right, for instance, if we discover a particular word that is not correctly spelled, then we correct it, and once we are through with this, with all the corrections, then we submit our letter. So this is how to write an informal letter in an exam such as the West African Senior School Certificate Examination, the NECO, SSCE, NAPTEP, or any other English exam. It's important you learn how to write an informal letter, learn how to write a formal letter as well. There are other, forms of writing, and I have videos, lessons that have discussed the various types of writings, including the formal letter writing, a letter to the editor, a speech, a story, a report, an article. All these types of letters, all types of writings have been discussed in various video lectures, and if you search for them on my channel, you will find them. Of course, if you check through the description section, you will find these titles, and you will find the link that you simply click, and you will have access to the video. So this is where we draw the curtain in today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever new videos are uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have any questions about things that you didn't quite understand in the lecture, you can ask your questions in the comment section. If you have any comments of commendation, or if you have any suggestions as to how we can improve the quality of our lectures on this channel, do not hesitate to leave your comments as well. If you have any topic in mind that you would like us to discuss in subsequent videos, do not hesitate to specify them in the comment section as well. If you have enjoyed today's video, like the video and share the video with your friends and relations. Thank you for being part of today's video. See you in the next lesson, and bye for now.